Hello everyone, Werner is here and I'm giving you this video with very good news at the moment of publishing it, so I hope the moment when you're watching it also. SFO is up to date again with vanilla game of Total War Warhammer 3, fully working. Not perfect, I will be talking about this in this video, but it's working with the update 4.1.0. Yeah, and in this video I have several announcements, and first of all we will be talking about the changelog for this video, but in the end of the video I will tell you what we are working on right now for the next major SFO update, and I hope you will be excited because it's something way different that we were doing for last year or even 2 years, so something that I was waiting for a very long time. But let's move to the changelog. It's not big, as you can see. I'm showing it on the screen right now, but the major one is that we made fixes to the patch 4.1. The changes are that mostly with Winds of Magic, knockback, projectiles and so on, we made it working again with SFO, but big disclaimer here, we didn't have a lot of time to test those, yeah? So please keep in mind that some things may be iffy. We'll be fixing those along the way. Our major priority right now was to make mod actually working again, and we were not focusing on many balance changes because what is the most important thing, we were in the middle of making the new update, so some things could be broken if we go. If you're hearing screams, then my youngest son is screaming, so sorry for that, but let's consider it as a music for this video. Background. Okay, so in terms of the walls, gates and towers changes that CA just did, so increasing the health, we did not change it. Not change it from SFO. Why? Because those values in SFO were already higher, and they were way higher than what CA just did with the changes. So nothing will change in the mod out here. About the sieges and the towers, overall, we have an idea for the future about total rework of it. And thanks to the recent changes in patch 4.1 that the towers are permanently destroyed, we can do it and have a very nice idea that we will go along when we are more close to it. We have the discovery buildings and heroes are values were increased, so it's easier to discover cults, covenants, and so on. Covenants, coves, vampire coast, and so on, because this is the problem with the changeling also, and we think that it was too small. It's a leftover from the update that we are doing right now. Some stuff we left. We're also working on the stances changes. So stances were changed. As you can see, all the stances that had faction wide effects, they were changed right now, and you cannot spam them. And what is more important, using this stance just for this one lord will have better effect than previously required to spam them. Yeah, sadly, changes for the Lizardmen is that because of the slan that were new added in SFO, slan overall were totally reworked. Their skill lands were different. They had unique slan. Like each slan was like a legendary lord, and as they added a lot of new ones, we would need to spend a lot of time to do new skills. It takes time, so sadly the stan were reverted to the vanilla shape. They don't have unique skills like in SFO anymore. But Lord Mazdamundi was not changed, so he's staying as he was. In a future update, we'll get back to the slan and make them again all on par, yeah? But this requires some time. Small growth nerf, nothing interesting. In terms of Kislev, small buffs, we reverted Ashkina ambushers to the values that Vanilla did. We are agreed that they should not be armor piercing, so that's fine. Vampire con small stuff. Bretonia Chivalry again was lowered because we think that in the previous update the rework it was a bit too fast, so we lowered that. In terms of Norska, some big nerfs going here, like for example military building. Those all buildings that have faction-wide effects and gift caps, now their cost increases more you have of those, so you will have more incentive to use plunder. Stacking building effects, so again those faction-wide stuff were nerfed a bit. Control was removed from settlement's main chain. We thought the Norska control is way too easy to maintain right now, so we removed it. And the plunder gained from building from buildings was not removed, it was nerfed. Yep. It was nerfed a bit. Dwarfs, Guildmasters or Generic Lord made by SFO, small skill buffs, and Grand Cafe, we added those negative effects that CA just added to the different harmony levels, but we made it that they stop at a certain point and the max level is just better still. But again, this needs future balance, so we are moving this for the future to be better out there. Okay, so this is about the update. Important thing, that update should be safe compatible. I'm not giving my head for this, but it should be safe compatible from previous versions of the game that you had when the game was not updated to 4.1. Okay, other thing that I want to talk about today is a future update for the SFO. Our dear patrons were already able to see it, but we are making some major changes with the next update without focusing on the specific factions. We think that many systems in the games right now need like a total revisit, and we want to get back to this and go without it. Along with it. Yeah. So stances rework is the thing that we are getting with this update, is like a mini version of it, because we want to rework the stances even more for the future, make them really groundbreaking in a way how you use them. So this is one of the things that we have for the next update. Another big rework goes to the corruption. Right now, corruption, I think the only corruption that is like really cool is Daniel, because in SFO we made that each god corruption is actually different effects for the province. But all the other factions are like its control gain higher, but doesn't have much of the effect. Some have replenishment, but that's all. We want to make like actually big impact of the faction for the faction, and also reverted for the different factions that doesn't have it. For example, vampire factions, we want to rebalance it a bit, so makes that they are more rely on the corruption. So regions where there's corruption, they will be way stronger. Yeah, this is just an example. Loose. Yeah, it's still in the works. So if you're playing as an empire, it would be nice. It would be a great idea to go and use heroes to cleanse the region, cleanse the province from the corruption before attacking, because that way it will be way easier. And goes another way. Yeah, you want to spread the corruption and then attack. Yeah, it will be way easier, and not only control. We think right now that the system is just about a no-brainer. It just needs like a more ground check, and it doesn't mean that the factions will be stronger overall. No, we want to level the faction. Yeah? So it means like with vampires we'll probably nerf some stuff, so with corruption it will be better. And also it means that the gain and loss of the corruption will be bigger, different. We don't want a situation that you need like 20 turns, 10 turns to cleanse a province. No, we want to, with proper means, proper heroes, actions, things like that, you will be able to do it way sooner than 20 turns or something like that. So we want to make it more dynamic. Other thing also links to the provinces are commandments called edicts. So right now most of them are just plus 10 income from buildings, province, things like that, some small corruption, and they're okay. Yeah, they're okay. But we want to again make them more groundbreaking, bigger decision, and maybe add some negatives to those and make them interesting as a choice. Yeah, for example, you pick a commandment for military. It means that your units recruited here will be way sooner, way better experience, and so on. But if you're not there, you want to cleanse it fast. So use a special commandment that, for example, lowers income for the province, but the cleansing is very fast. Or utility one that have all of those effects, but they are very weak. Yeah, more things like that. So all the factions commandment will be getting a major rework. Other thing, the last but not the least, is total rework of traits. Right now in vanilla game we have something that each character for each faction, hero, lord, things like that, have around 70% of generic traits like intelligence, strategy, and so on, and 30% of their faction specific. In SFO, we are making, we already have that all of them are like 50% faction specific and 50% generic ones. Yeah, and we're not happy with that. We are not happy that we agree that many generic ones just doesn't fit a specific faction, specific lords, and so on, and it kills the choice right now because as they are random, you don't have the feeling of, in my opinion at least, that you're actually made a big choice for your starting lord. Yeah, and those traits, I think many of them are just weak. Yeah, and some of them are so strong that you need to stack them, and balancing of all of those is problematic. So here on out, we want to make that each lord is getting, each lord and hero have 10 traits, like 10 traits, yeah? And those 10 traits are specific only to this character. So for example, Empire General have 10 traits that are only his, that are being rolled when you recruit them. Same goes for the captain, yeah? Same goes for, let's say, Dwarf Engineer, and so on. And they have 10 only traits for them. What does it mean? It means that we can make a big separation in terms of balance. Because as you remember, as I just said, there is a problem that when heroes have, I don't remember the name, the strategist, the one that was giving stats to the whole army, you're always taking it. It was no-brainer. We want to remove that. For example, we don't want the situation when heroes have army-wide stuff, the stuff that you can stack. Yeah, so we want to make heroes more interesting in a way that you don't need to stack. It goes with the thing that we talked about, commandments, stances, things like that. So you won't feel that, oh my, I need to spam it because it's so good. No, you don't need to spam it. You cannot spam it right now, but you feel it's good still. Yeah. But a different example is with the lords. With the lords, the opportunity to have that they are lords only specific traits allow us to make that the lords traits can be more interesting. They can be army-wide changes. For example, General of the Empire makes that his army is way slower, but is way more tanky, or resistance to attrition, things like that. And this is a starting trait. It alters the whole army. It doesn't only change that he have more health or damage, things like that. No, it alters the whole army stats. This is a giant undertaking because every character, every hero, every lord is a lot, 10 pieces of traits for them, but we think that this is the moment that we should go with it to really ground break the system. What is quite important, we are still leaving all the traits, the old traits that we had, and still rebalance them to the SFO standard. So if you're using any mods that adds new lords, things like that, that use those generic traits, no problems, no compatibility issues, you still have the old ones working, but they are like hidden and you can use it only for the characters that have a use of them. But all the vanilla and SFO stuff will be changed to those new. Okay, this is more or less, of course, with the update. We have several other stuff we are planning for the update and are in the works. More about those, of course, I will be posting soon for the patrons. The big article, as always, we are doing such a list. So if you're a patron, you can consider checking it out and see the list. As usual, we'll be talking about stuff that we are adding along the way, and of course asking you patrons what do you think about it, and as usual you may have better ideas that we can implement. Yeah, so that will be all for this video. Thank you everyone for watching. Remember to feed the YouTube algorithm and leave a comment, subscribe if you like it, like the video, and hit that notification bell. Yeah, funny thing at the end, when I was making this update for SFO, my PC GPU card died 1080p. Not it didn't like burn out, but like the temperatures were getting high and the electricity volt demanding was way too much. And decided to take a new card, yeah. And the new card is GeForce RTX 4070. So far it's working flawlessly, but the funny thing is that it have a different display ports than my old monitors. And maybe not more old monitors, but they had all cables, so I had to change them, and for almost one day I didn't saw anything on my monitors. Funny thing, you know, I'm a dinosaur, I agree, and it was time to update my PC after 6 years, because this PC was bought from your support, from Patreon support, as the first thing I did when we started actually making this mod full time. Yeah. So again, thanks you for watching, and I am Venris, and I hope I will be Venris, and I'm out. Have fun with the new update. See you.